Hello, everybody, and welcome to Wrestling Rundown. This is, of course, Jason and my co-host Gary.
And yes, he did decide to try to act like a badass.
It didn't. I tried to go CSI, but it really didn't want to work.
No, it did not. However,
But come on, you can't
what?
just. It looks like crime. It's back in style.
One thing in CSI that is always good in any scenario. Hip slap.
That's NCIS.
Whatever. I don't give a damn.
Anyway, welcome to Wrestling Rundown. We are back. It's been about a week. We really haven't been sticking to the Saturday shows as much as I'd have liked to because we've just been so busy as of late.
We have a genuine excuse as for the last show. He had an emergency in the family, so we couldn't do the show. So if anybody had any concerns that they wanted to vocalize, there you go. Now you know.
Speaking of concerns that need to be vocalized, we set up a policy within our first few episodes regarding commenting and our audience. And I want Gary to...
Alright. We pretty much...
reiterate.
Yeah, we had pretty much said, and we're leaving the comment section open for you guys to give us feedback and to send words of encouragement if you wanted to, or maybe even a few ideas our way, and so that we could possibly incorporate them into the show. We had warned you guys that if we received too many negative comments, we were going to completely close up the comment section, and because being able to comment on videos, as you guys may not quite realize, is a privilege, not a right. And within like one of our last one or two shows, we had a guy somebody thought they were being real smart or whatever have you, and called him a fat ass and me what was it? Nerd. Okay.
And everybody knows I'm not fat, I'm fluffy. Moving on.
And frankly, with a nerd comment, that's really quite unfounded. You don't know me, you don't know him.
As well as you'd like to. Or as well as you should learn.
Anyway.
Okay.
Bottom line is, you don't know us, you have no right to slap labels on us like that. Frankly, anybody who does do such a thing really has absolutely no right to judge anybody other than themselves.
If this does continue, of course we will disable commenting.
And so yeah, warning's been issued. If you guys are probably, if those trolls out there are probably thinking, oh my god, and they're, I can't quite talk today.
Oh my god, they're gonna do like us.
No. It's like, oh my god, they issued a threat. Oh, it's so scary. There we go. That works better.
Verbal threat. Okay.
Nah, we don't issue threats. We issue promises. There is a distinction.
Touche. Moving on. We're getting back to the show. Ooh, Wrestling Rundown. Our schedule for now. We come back this Saturday, the 26th, for our show. Then we come back the 29th. That is our live show after the Royal Rumble.
And the Raw afterwards.
And hopefully we're looking forward
to possibly having our co-host Corey.
He seems to have been...
He also is currently having a family emergency right now, so that is why he's not with us.
Then next week he has oral surgery, so it looks like the 29th is the next time he can be with us.
Possibly, we'll see.
Then we head into February. We go February 2nd, that's a Saturday. So we go to the 5th, and then we go to February 9th.
And we'll stop there.
That's about our next 3 weeks.
Yeah. We'll have
and then the 12th and the 16th. That's our next 4 weeks, next month. It leads into the next live show. And that'll be it.
Yeah. We'll leave you guys the schedule on our Facebook page. so you guys can keep track.
You can also see it on our Twitter page because Facebook is linked with Twitter and it extends to.
Okay, yeah. And we can't make any promises, but we will try to at least be a little bit more on top of giving you guys somewhat fair warning as to whether or not if a show is going to be canceled or pushed ahead or back in a few days.
Yes.
So that way you won't have to make any comments saying, "Oh well, you guys forgot to do Saturday show or whatever." No, we didn't forget. We never forget our own schedule. Well, it's just that real life situations tend to take precedence. Yeah, and they take precedence over our little web show here.
Also, I'll probably take a picture and put it on Instagram. That way you can see the full schedule. Because I have a schedule up to the next till about May 4th. And then I'll go from there. I do want to. I know we're about 8 minutes in. 6 minutes.
6 minutes.
All right, I'm gonna take about 2 more minutes here. All right, so in a couple months, I'm probably gonna be going ahead to college. I may have to completely, if maybe not completely, but I might have to wipe out the Saturday shows. And I can do the Tuesday shows. Depending on my schedule, because I'm hoping for morning classes, I can get back in time to do it on Tuesdays. And maybe Saturdays, because it's a weekend. Weather permitting.
Yeah, trust me, when it comes to...
well, probably not often, so...
Oh, right.
Anyway, that's it for that. So this is our schedule so far for the next few weeks. Now we're gonna move on to Monday Night Raw, the 20th anniversary,
which is episode 1025,
as I so mentioned. And I think SmackDown is close to nearing 900.
Could be. I don't know. Yeah, but I mean, frankly, it wouldn't really matter for SmackDown because they keep on changing stations. With Raw, it was the 1000th show on the USA Network, I believe.
Yes. But we'll be expecting something big from SmackDown soon. Is my presumption.
Yep. Okay. Now,
I'm gonna let Gary kick us off tonight, or this evening.
You're tinkering with your phone.
No, I am not.
Anyway.
Did you just call me Tinkerbell?
No, I said tinkering, you dumbass.
What the fuck does that mean? Oh, okay, I got it. Not the. Thank you.
Anyway, Raw kicks off with our very own Mr. McMahon opening the show to thank everybody and for watching.
No.
And a little interesting side note: over their 20 years of Raw, over 4 billion people have watched over the years.
That's quite impressive.
Indeed. And that is, and that's just in the USA alone.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, it really makes you think just how many views have they had over the 20 years, and it's just all in total. Because, I mean, if there's over 4 billion in just the US alone, just imagine, like, the UK or, hell, even, like, places like Japan and that. And I'm pretty sure they're pretty up to date with WWE as well.
Yeah.
It's just...
Even the Armed Forces, too.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Just a quick side note as well. Looks like SmackDown is up to 699 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
They might do something big for 700. I can't guarantee it.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see Friday.
Anyway, but yeah, Mr. McMahon then gives a small rundown of the night. He mentions that the Rock concert is going to be happening, and he also tells the audience that there is going to be a match between Dolph Ziggler and John Cena.
In a steel cage match.
Yep, in a steel cage.
Like, he just so looks at me, he's like, in a steel cage match.
And the camera looks up to see the steel cage hovering right above the ring.
Of course, the Big Show's gonna come out and interrupt.
Yeah.
He goes, "Excuse me, Vince. God damn it, it's Mr. McMahon to you."
Yeah, more or less. But yeah, Big Show's more or less bitching and complaining about his loss on Friday, which was really, really impressive.
I happened to see that too. And I was quite impressed.
Del Rio on Friday Night SmackDown had won the World Heavyweight title against the Big Show in a last man standing match. He won by taking the steel steps, ramming him into the Big Show 3 different times, and just after the Big Show missed Del Rio with a running attack with the steel steps, causing the steel steps to hit the metal turnbuckle, and Big Show's head slamming into the steel steps.
And I'm pretty sure Del Rio tried to bury Big Show with the announce table.
He did.
And the announce table is not heavy.
But it's enough to keep you down long enough for a 10 count.
It's cardboard, dude.
Considering that and you're on your back, and you're also forgetting there was still all the there was still all the equipment still on there as well.
Touche. Okay, I'll give you that.
So yeah, there was definitely more than enough to keep him bogged down for a little bit. And besides, he was really dazed from the 3 steel step up attacks straight to the head. So yeah, with the commentator's tail around top of him, that was just the icing on the cake.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway,
excuse me.
Del Rio comes out and he's wearing the colors of the Mexican flag, yet again signifying his turn as a face.
And it's his new year, basically.
Yep.
He comes out to a huge pop from the audience, and he really has gotten over with the fans in the past couple of weeks.
Yep.
Since the Christmas Eve episode, that.
Anyway, but yeah, he gets into the ring and he's taunting the Big Show, saying, "Oh yeah, you're so big and tough, yet whenever you're not, and whenever you don't get what you want, you just become a big crying baby and all that other crap." And the Big Show tries to retort, but then Del Rio calls him
a fat jackass. He calls him a burro del something.
Yeah, more or less. And the crowd is chanting C, 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 C.
And Big Show goes, what does the letter C have to do with anything? Really, Big Show?
Yeah, anyway.
I get it was mindless humor, but it was stupid.
Yeah.
It made me chuckle, but come on. Oh, we're gonna move on.
Yeah, let's face it, that'd be something you might...
Shut up! What does the letter C have to... I tried, I could have pulled that shit in Spanish class had I freaking thought of it. What does the letter C have to do with anything?
Anyway, next, we have the opening bout for the night. Randy Orton faces Wade Barrett in a non-title match. Orton held his own, as everyone suspected, but Wade Barrett has his strengths as well, and he beat Randy Orton
much to my surprise.
Yeah, he beat Randy Orton with the bullhammer elbow.
I kind of wanted to see an RKO, but then again, they wouldn't make a champion lose on a night like this.
Anyway, next up we have Team Hell No's evaluation with Dr. Shelby.
No, the Hall of Fame induction is there, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I'm just making sure. Next, we have the returning Dr. Shelby. Oh, one of the best comedic acts of the night. Dr. Shelby asks them, what is their favorite thing about each other? Danny O'Brien says he likes that Kane is tall. He can set fire to things by lowering his arms somehow. And he's a good dancer. I laughed my ass off. Kane's response was, he is agile in the ring. He has a great beard.
And he is not afraid to admit he wears women's clothing.
Scares you too, right?
No, it just kind of made me sit there and go, oh boy, here we go.
Here we go.
Because I was actually expecting Daniel to yell out no a few times, but...
You're back.
Yeah, but he was having that, like, 5-year-old moment of, what? Looking between the two guys. And so it's just like, shit, boy.
I have that moment
I know you
a lot. Team Rhodes Scholars is going to show up, and they're going to basically bash the whole thing and just...
They were there to originally...
help them.
It was a final test by Dr. Shelby.
It was supposed to be... It's called... What did he call it?
Exposure therapy.
Exposure therapy.
And...
we wanted to see what makes you tick.
No, exposure therapy. He was more or less saying that they were going to provoke them, and Kane and Bryan had to just let their anger dissipate and just not be bothered. But then Damien Sandow opens his big mouth and starts correcting Dr. Shelby, which gets Dr. Shelby pissed.
He basically goes, these two would receive better help from Dr. Phil.
And Dr. Shelby does not take that. And
Dr. Shelby goes, Dr. Phil! Dr. Phil! Dr. Phil! Get him!
And then Kane and Daniel Bryan both attack Rhodes Scholars.
And dispose of them.
Mm-hmm.
Kane then looks and goes, now that's what I call a happy place.
And the three of them start chanting, yes, 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 yes.
Best thing ever.
Mm-hmm. You can do the next match.
Okay.
It was after the Divas title.
Okay. Following our evaluation, Kane's going to go one-on-one with Damien Sandow. This match is rather short. I mean, it didn't last too long.
Of course. I mean, it is Kane versus Sandow. Sandow is the weaker of the two combatants and Rhodes Scholars, and Kane's the stronger of the two. And Team Hell.
But yeah, Kane got the victory. Do I get to cover the next one?
Yes, yes. You would have been giving me looks if I hadn't let you.
Oh yeah. Next, we have our Divas Championship.
There was a special stipulation in an earlier backstage segment
between Caitlyn and Eve, but go on.
In an earlier backstage segment, we saw Eve walking
I'll let
up
you talk about this one.
to Booker and to
Teddy.
And he goes, oh yeah, you wanted to see me or whatever. And Booker goes, yeah, there's a special stipulation with your match tonight. If you try to get yourself counted out or disqualified, you will be stripped of your title, and Caitlyn will receive it. Eve then goes, oh, there has to be something we can do to, there has to be something that I can do to change your mind, and she is kind of like holding on to Booker a little bit, and she's trying to get, she's more or less trying to seduce him. That's the gist of it. Booker plays along for a little bit before finally turning his head and laughing, going, I can't do this. Tell me you did not just try to do that. And him and Teddy are both laughing at Eve. Eve then looks to Teddy and she goes, what are you laughing at? And Teddy's just going, I'm laughing at you. No, I can't believe you would actually try to. And then Eve slaps him across the face. Booker's still laughing, and then he looks at Teddy and he goes, oh, hey, dude, you okay? And then that's the end of the backstage segment after Eve storms off. Now, back to the match.
Back to the match? Awesome. I'm sorry.
Hand it here.
No, I was just checking on something.
Hand it here.
No! I did not mess with this already.
Professionalism. Hand it here.
I'm not handing it over.
I'm just gonna move it over there.
I'm not doing it. I will leave it right there, and it will not be touched again.
If it gets touched again, I'm moving it.
Just got touched again.
Professionalism.
Moving on. The match is in Caitlin's hometown tonight, or well, last night, of Houston, Texas. Don't mess with Texas.
She was wearing a T-shirt that had said that. So.
Oh no, I was just saying in general, don't mess with Texas. Those fuckers.
Yeah, but still, that was AJ's shirt that night. Not AJ. Sorry. I'm a little bit sorry, just a little. Anyway, no, that was Caitlin's shirt for the night.
Hey, buddy.
Continue on with the match.
Okay, match very entertaining, very, very competitive. I really enjoyed this matchup. They both displayed great power, great agility, but in the end, basically how the match ended is Eve attempted to put Caitlyn through the barricade. Instead, she runs her into the barricade and throws Caitlyn over the barricade into where the announcers, where the crew sits, in that little boxed area.
Yes.
Anyway, she gets back into the ring. Eve does.
While she had her back turned, and Caitlyn quickly jumps over the barricade wall, runs around the side of the ring, and gets into the ring. And Eve doesn't see her do this.
By the time she turns around, Caitlyn is set up and she hits the spear. And that helps her win the match.
Yep. Now, something that I have to mention is the spear seems to be a bit of too common of a move now. I mean, before it was specifically Edge. Now Christian uses it, Big Show uses it, Caitlyn uses it, and it's just become. It seems to have really lost what luster it had before. It used to be such a damaging, powerful move. Now it's just a common thing, like the DDT. It's
DDT was always a common move.
Yeah, well, alright. But I mean, hell,
it's kind of like,
and
it's kind of like saying, if Cena's attitude adjustment was copied, it would lose its.
The super kick. There we go. Because JBL? No, not JBL.
Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, Shawn Michaels. That used to be his signature. Now Dolph uses it. And is just, and several other people use the super kick now, just like they do the spear. It's just kind of saddening to me, is all.
Yeah, but anyway, Caitlyn pulled off a tough but very well-earned victory.
Now, one detail that I'm wondering whether or not you caught during that match, or at the end of the match.
You'll have to tell me first, because I probably won't remember it from the top of my head.
I am more than sure that you would have been going off the walls about seeing Caitlyn's shirt being ripped off.
Oh, I saw that!
Anyway.
Oh, come on!
Yeah, so all she had on was the...
Sports bra.
I don't even want to call it a sports bra. That didn't even look like a sports bra. It may have been like a mini tank top. I honestly don't know. I mean, yeah, I guess it could have been a sports bra, knowing that it's WWE and they like to show off sex appeal. Do I have to confiscate it?
I just gotta follow him on Twitter!
Yeah. Moving on.
But yes, I did see that part. That was so bitch!
Anyway.
Oh, boy.
Now, next we have...
Something somehow... How do I say this?
You're touching it again.
That's what she said.
I will have to confiscate it now. Anyway,
Oh, dick
next
face
we
motherfucker.
have an announcement for the first nominee of the Hall of Fame in class of 2013.
Was it? Oh yeah, it was.
Mick Foley is now going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. We just don't know which persona yet. We just don't know which persona yet.
Yes, I know. Was it Dude Love, Mick Foley, or Mankind?
What about Cactus Joe or whatever?
Shut the fuck up.
And Foley is the face of many names, more or less. Anyway,
Okay, take it.
anyway,
Can I go back now?
no.
Damn.
As I was saying, and he's been inducted. So he goes out into the ring, and he's about to do a speech or whatever, but then the Shield interrupts. Their music hits, and they come down through the crowd like they always do. Anyway, the three members of the Shield are about to attack
Mick Foley.
Mick Foley when all of a sudden Ryback's music hits.
Mick
and-
Foley was ready to fight too.
Oh yeah, he was. He was getting ready to fight. But anyway,
And Mick would have
Ryback's
kicked some
music
shit in
hits.
ass.
Ryback's music hits, and he comes charging in and attacks the three members of the Shield. After a few minutes, he starts to get overwhelmed, and Randy Orton comes running in and tries to get a piece of the Shield as well. And then a few moments later, Sheamus comes running in and ready to kick some ass as well. Finally, both Reigns and Rollins are both thrown out of the ring, and Ambrose is left in the middle of the ring. Only to have Ryback.
Shell shock him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, best thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Orton and Sheamus were kind of sitting there going,
I was honestly expecting all three of them to pull off their finishers.
oh yeah.
Like, first Orton to do the RKO, then Sheamus with the brogue, then...
I know, I didn't get to see the
Shell shock.
RKO last night. I was pissed.
Yeah.
Go, fuck!
Anyway, so yeah, that happens, and then it goes to commercial break. When we come back, we see a backstage segment where
Brodus Clay is being interviewed.
by Stryker, I believe.
Yes? No, by Josh.
By Josh Matthews, and they show a clip from last Monday night where
CM Punk was basically dissing him, calling him a 400-pound monster that dances around.
that does the shuck and jive with
Little kids.
and touches, like, he comes into a ring and touches your dirty little children just so he can shuck and jive for you.
And
that's what he
basically,
had
they
said.
could even call him a pedophile or some shit like that. But
No. The shuck and jive is an old dance routine.
I know. Shuck and jive, shuck and okay.
Anyway.
Yeah, some bitch.
Anyway, so yeah, Brodus didn't take that and all too well, and he's set up for a match against CM Punk.
Now this is what surprised me, as I was gonna say earlier, because you don't usually have Brodus Clay facing a guy like CM Punk, CM Punk's up here, Brodus Clay is here. Mid card versus high card. Low mid card versus high card.
I'd say he's mid to high mid card.
He's a mid card.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
so
I'm so.
This is this is a possible good sign for Brodus.
Maybe a push in the future.
Possibly. Or this was just possibly a one-time thing, and after this they're going to just completely drop him like they have before. We don't know. We'll just have to keep an eye out. But anyway, the match continues, and you can cover it.
Okay. It is a non-title singles match. The match surprised me when I first heard about it, like I said. Anyway, as per my expectation, Punk comes out on top and wins the match. Punk then proceeds to do some post-match trash talking. This has Gary written all over it, this next one. I shall be right back.
Our next match is a rather unorthodox one. It is a over-the-top rope challenge. Sheamus versus 3MB. JBL was saying before the match started up that this was a completely unfair match, and they really shouldn't have done it. And then Cole speaks up and he goes, "Oh, why is that? And you think Sheamus needs more people?" And then JBL goes, "No, 3MB does. They need more guys." So, match starts up and goes on. Sheamus manages to eliminate 2/3 of 3MB until while he's working on eliminating Heath Slater, the two other members of 3MB are they are trying to help Heath eliminate Sheamus, and they manage to do so. Sheamus then gets retribution in the form of a brogue. Now, Heath Slater was on top of Drew McIntyre's shoulders. So what Sheamus does is he kicks Drew's legs out from underneath him, causes Drew to fall to his feet, or not to his feet, fall to his knees, and then allows Sheamus to brogue kick Heath Slater on top of Drew McIntyre. The entire thing was very funny, in my mind. Anyway, but yeah, that was a very amusing end to a very unusual match. Next up, we have another edition of Miz TV. Woo! With the special guest star being none other than Nature Boy Ric Flair. They are apparently having a bit of a woo fest, and they're strutting their stuff, just showing off, I guess. And they're having a good time when Antonio Cesaro walks in to interrupt. He swaps insults with The Miz, and finally Ric Flair attacks Cesaro with his signature chops before tossing him over to The Miz, who then uses the show-stopping finale. Nature Boy then is about to use the figure 4, when all of a sudden he tells The Miz to do it for him. And this is a bit of a passing of the torch moment between Rick and The Miz. The Miz locks in the figure 4 against Cesaro, and we may possibly see The Miz using the figure 4 a bit more often in the future now. It was rather interesting to see, and all in all, well, it was a good show. Well, it was a good edition of Miz TV, I should say. Next, we have another singles match between Daniel Bryan and Cody Rhodes. The match was, again, very short, and Cody would lose the match to Daniel through the yes lock. So, it was interesting, and it was definitely a surprise to see Daniel win the match, and especially considering that his leg was in an injured state. Our next match is the main event of the night, the steel cage match between John Cena and Dolph Ziggler. Good old JR is on commentary, replacing Michael Cole, who decided to give up his seat for that match. The match was extremely versatile and competitive, and it was all over the place. He's in the cage. It is by far the best match of the night, and it was a very hectic end. At one point, Cena climbs over the top of the cage, and as Dolph is crawling out of the doorway on the side of the cage, so that Cena could kick the cage shut right into his face. It was amusing. But then Big E comes by with a steel chair and prevents Cena from dropping out of the cage. You can continue on.
So as this match is nearing to its end, AJ is basically getting pissed off.
Because
outside the ring.
Because Cena keeps on successfully getting out of covers.
I really had no idea what she was gonna do next. Dumb shit decides to climb the fucking cage.
Mm-hmm.
I go, bitch, you ain't gonna get in the ring between two big ass men like that. Okay, not Ziggler's not a big man. Oh wait,
he's another Mitch.
Bitch. Bad reference.
He's another biatch.
And Cena's not exactly a small man. Oh,
congratulations, you made a 6th grade penis joke.
You knew where I was going with this.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, bitch on top of the ring, or on top of the fucking cage, screaming, bitching, whining, moaning. Cena basically got pissed off, went inside the ring.
What
as they
happens
were
is,
tending to AJ, the refs were tending to AJ.
taking that opportunity, Big E gets in through the door carrying Dolph Ziggler's Money in the Bank briefcase. He tries to hit Cena with it, only to drop it and have it slide towards Dolph, as Cena is doing rapid jabs to Big E's gut. And Cena looks behind him, sees Dolph coming, ducks in time to have Dolph knock out Big E with the briefcase.
And then Cena would retaliate with an AA to Dolph Ziggler and win the match. And then Cena was walking out of the cage. He's going down the freaking stairs. He's going.
No, he's making a big show of him walking out of the ring because he wanted to prove that he won in 2 different cases. He won the match and he won the steel cage match because he was the first to completely step out of the ring.
And then he's like, yeah, his signature shit.
Yeah, he says, alright, I did it.
Yeah.
I did it!
I'm like, you little smart ass.
That's Cena for you.
Oh, yeah.
So then, and once the match has ended, and also AJ...
Did we mention Jim Ross was on commentary?
Yes, I did. Anyway, AJ's still sitting on top of the cage, screaming.
Big E's still fucking down. Ziggler's still down.
Yep. And after that, we have the Rock concert.
Oh.
Which you had forgot to put in your notes.
No, I did not forget. It just wasn't a big part of the night as regards to wrestling as it was comedy.
It was still a part of the
I know, but I remember this shit.
Why do I not believe you sometimes? Anyway.
Because you're an idiot.
I just wanted to know when I'm done yet.
Can you hit this thing?
No.
No, I'm not gonna hit you. Hands are right here. Just turn your head. Oh, look, I can see the fridge. Yeah! Come on, Twinkle Toes!
Hi. And see.
Your future?
I knew it. You're too glazed over for me to see anything.
Good one! How long did it take to come up with that? Oh, you must have came up with that one in your last circle jerk. Oh, was it a little cold? I'm sorry.
Each and every time you turn your head, all I see is flashes of the wall. That's it.
You're an asshole.
Anyway.
Moving on. The Rock concert. Rock comes out. He's gonna start poking fun at Paul Heyman to the tune of Heartbreak Hotel by Elvis Presley. He basically calls Paul Heyman a diva in a suit. Calls him a walrus, I'm pretty sure. Jerry called him a walrus earlier in the night, too.
Yeah.
When he was out playing shit. Moving on.
You're forgetting one last thing that he called Heyman.
Oh no, I didn't forget that part. That's when they actually came out.
No, he said one more thing before they came out.
What did you say?
Winky tits?
That was when they came out.
Probably just before they came
No, it was when they came out.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, moving on.
Then they come out. No, they don't. No, Vicky comes out.
No, they come out.
No, it was Vicky first.
Yeah, sure enough.
Anyway,
So, yeah.
they started.
See, I
singing-
told you it was before they came out.
What?
That's Winky Tits. Conrad.
No, it was when they came out. You fuck.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, Vicky comes out. Rock grabs his guitar, starts singing to the tune of "Wonderful Tonight" by Eric Clapton. 'Cause biatch, you look horrible tonight. That is one ugly biatch.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And he keeps on telling her to stay out, just so he can continue the song. And finally, he has the entire WWE Universe singing along with him as she walks backstage.
Basically, he goes, "Wait, guys, let's sing her out. 'Cause biatch, you look horrible tonight.
Yeah.
That's one ugly biatch, isn't it?"
Yeah, so much for the PG rating, huh?
No, that was long gone. Moving on.
Although they kept on saying, hey, it's a PG show. Because Rock says, do you know what my favorite curve on a woman is? And then somebody in the audience says something and he goes, hey, it's a PG show. Keep it kid friendly.
My
everybody."
favorite curve on a woman is her smile.
Yeah, that's what he said. And then he said,
I was-
yeah, you can use that line now, guys. Use some of that sweet loving or something like that.
And when The Rock was finished singing, I'm pretty sure somebody in the audience shouted out, "I love you, Rock!" And The Rock goes, "The Rock loves you too."
Or at least you sound like someone on The Rock can love.
I'm like, dear Lord! But it's The Rock.
Yeah, and then somebody, like, he had mentioned, like, something about, a very special lady that he had wanted to dedicate the song to before he had called Vicky out. Somebody in the audience screamed out Cookie Puss, and he said, no, not Cookie Puss.
I even had a feeling it was going to go there, but it didn't.
Yeah.
Moving on. This is where Punk and Heyman would intercede and come out. Basically.
Yeah, after The Rock sets everything to the side and says that he's calling out Punk. Yeah.
And he goes, "You and Twinkie Tits over here or something." I'm like, really? Twinkie Tits? Is that what you come up with? Like, how the fuck do you come up with Twinkie Tits?
It's Rock. Do you honestly want to know his train of thought?
Sometimes.
I'm guaranteeing you probably would be so scarred that you would be hiding in a corner for at least a month.
Ha! That's where you're wrong. 'Cause I'm already hiding in a corner. Oh. I kind of just turned that song. Oh my god! I kind of just. I kind of just turned that one around on me, didn't
You always do.
I?
That's what she said do.
Just not to you.
No, you always turn that it around on you. That's what she said.
Hey, at least I'm not like you and turn all the men around on you. Ah, son bitch! Yeah, what now, Twinkie Tits?
You're pretty much saying that I do not attract men, so thank you for that.
Calm down, Cookie Puss.
Does it look like I'm some straight edge whiny bitch?
Whiny bitch, maybe. Yeah, it looks like you're a straight edge whiny bitch.
How many times have I told you that I'm going to take you to a bar when we're both of legal age?
Here's the thing, they still won't let me in. Oh god. Well,
Anyway,
guys,
moving.
that
Well, hey,
Oh,
you're
no.
forgetting the brawl.
Oh yeah, I almost did forget. Forget. Getting too old. Anyway, CM Punk would come up, and he's on the ramp, and he goes down to the ring, runs to the ring to go after The Rock. Rock comes out of the ring, storms after him, and they get to this big ass brawl.
Mm-hmm. Takes a huge crowd of guys to separate them.
Oh yeah, and I'm pretty sure Art Anderson was in there too, trying to break it up.
Mm-hmm. I think I might have even saw Sheamus too.
Was it Sheamus too?
I think I might have seen him.
You might have to rewatch that.
Maybe. But yeah, it was a massive group of guys, like at least, 20 guys?
Oh, yeah.
Bare minimum of 20, trying to keep the two at bay. But they were still managing to break apart and get at each other, so.
So finally The Rock kind of just went, fuck it.
Yeah, so it's definitely going to be interesting to see.
The Royal Rumble.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
We're going to move on to our Hot Topic section. We got a couple for you.
Okay.
Concerning the Hall of Fame. It looks like possibly Kamala may be inducted.
Kamala?
He was an older wrestler. A couple years back. Maybe about 4 or 5 years ago. I believe so. He was a tough dude.
Mm-hmm.
Also, we have reasoning as to why Austin or Shawn Michaels did not appear. It was because they both had prior engagement to the same thing. They were doing a show called SHOT in Las Vegas. Basically what that is, it's a hunting and fishing show. Or a hunting and sports show. And they had to do that. So they could not make it. Undertaker, they said to have appeared, but it was a good thing that he didn't. Because they kind of need to save him for more, better times instead of... Because they already used him at Raw 1000.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't make too much sense to have him appear like every huge episode. So...
If anything, more time for him to train up and bulk up and get ready.
Huge news concerning Brock Lesnar. It looks as now he may not return till February. I don't know if this is true. He could possibly return at Royal Rumble, but February is where we're looking at.
If he returns to the Rumble, then it's definitely going to bring about a lot of trouble.
Yeah. And our last thing. Regarding WrestleMania. It looks like a potential main event has been leaked. We have received word that the main event at WrestleMania will be The Rock versus John Cena for the WWE title.
Again with those two?
This is not confirmed. It is only a matter up in the air at this point, but it looks as where they're heading.
If they do that, then it's definitely going to break the once-in-a-lifetime thing. It kind of leaves a sour taste in my mouth there, if you get what
I understand what you're saying. That's basically about it for our show. As always, we thank you for watching. We will see you Saturday, hopefully. It looks like neither of us are busy on Saturday, so it looks as if we will be doing the show. So join us then, and we will see you. Like I said, thank you for watching. And if you did like this video, give it a thumbs up down there. Please subscribe to our channel up here.
Up above my fuzzy head.
Yes, it'll be right here.
Maybe. Anyway.
Maybe. Depending on where it can get in the video.
Yeah.
Please follow us at Twitter. Please follow us It's basically wrestling rundown. Well, I'll put it right there. What? What?
Anyway.
What are Gazira? Chantena. Anyway, please follow.
Comment down there, like, subscribe, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Instagram will be right here, right in the middle.
Yeah.
So
anyway, so yeah.
Oh, and please like us on Facebook.
Anyway, moving on.
Like I said, we will be back next Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
As till then, this is Jason and Gary for Wrestling Rundown, signing off.